Good morning, students. Welcome to the online classes. Dear students, yesterday we had done reading of lesson The Doone Valley, which is taken from the novel Lorna Doone. Hopefully, all of you have read the lesson yourselves as well. Dear students, here I am giving you a quick recap of what we had read yesterday. Dear students, many young boys and girls like to read the story of Lorna Doone as it is a fine and exciting description of the robbers, Doones, and the fight of John Red against them. In this lesson, Lorna Doone, we have the description that John Red lived with his mother and sisters, and his father was killed by the robbers who lived in the nearby valley. The robbers had a little girl, and the name of that girl was Lorna. The Doone Valley tells us the description or the first meeting of John with Lorna. In this lesson, we have the description, we have the information that now that his father was murdered by the Doones, he had made up his mind to take the responsibility of his family. So he learned to shoot and he learned so many other skills. He learned all the work of farm as well, and he worked very hard for the next 2 years. Dear students, I had also told you that his hobby was swimming and fishing. So it was a cold day of February when he was 14. He set off by himself to catch fish. He prepared a bag and he prepared a bag for swimming. He waded up a little river that flowed from the Doone Valley, and there was a description that the trees met above his head and kept out the sunlight. There was, dear students, a waterfall, and John Red was attracted towards that waterfall. He wanted to see what was at the top, so he wanted to climb. And it was a very difficult, it was a very hard climb, and when he reached at the top, he fainted, he lost his consciousness. And when he came back to his senses, he found a beautiful little girl sitting beside him, and she was rubbing his forehead. There was a first meeting between John Red and Lorna, and John and Lorna, they wanted to have friendship with one another, but in the midst of the conversation, they heard the shouts of the Doone, and Lorna told John that he must leave, otherwise the Doones are going to kill them. Lorna also showed a easier way out from that valley. Dear students, today we are writing the meanings of this lesson. So let's get started. First word is gunpowder, and its meaning is explosive powder made from potassium nitrate and other substances. Number 2, waded, walked with effort through water. Number 3, valley, a low area of land between hills or mountains, typically with a river or stream flowing through it. Thrush, thrush is a small or medium-sized songbird, typically having a brown back, spotted breast, and loud song. Number 5, stockings, long socks covering knees. Glad, feeling pleasure or happiness. Number 7, frightened, meaning is afraid. Number 8, robber. Robber is a person who robs or steals, especially by force or through threat of violence. Number 9, cramps, a sudden painful tightening in a muscle, or the other meaning can be the muscular pain. Number 10, puppies. Puppies are the young ones of dog. Ashamed means feeling shameful. Fainted, lose consciousness because of temporarily insufficient supply of oxygen to the brain. Kneeling, to sit on knees by bending your legs. Number 14 is waterfall. The meaning is water which flows over the edge of rock and falls to the ground below. Number 15, cliff, a steep rock face, especially at the edge of the sea. Dear students, you have to write all these meanings in your copies of English literature. Now you have to do this exercise on your book. This is exercise of comprehension and vocabulary, and you have to fill this exercise on your books. Exercise is say whether these statements are true or untrue. First statement is John's mother was dead. It is untrue because we have the description that John's father was dead as he was murdered by the Doones. Number 2, John had two sisters. It is a true statement. John went off to catch some fish because it was a hot day. It is untrue statement because it was a cold day of February. The river flowed out of the Doone Valley. It is a true statement. John did not succeed in climbing the waterfall at the first attempt. This is also a true statement as it was a very hard climb. Number 6. As he was climbing up the waterfall, he fainted. It is untrue because when he had climbed up the waterfall, when he reached at the top, then he loses consciousness. Number 7. Lorna wanted to know why John had come to the Doone Valley. This is also a true statement. Number 8. When John comforted Lorna, she stopped being frightened. This is untrue statement because when John comforted her, she began to weep. Number 9. Lorna did not want to be John's friend. This is untrue statement because she wanted to have friendship with John. Number 10. When John went home, he climbed down the waterfall again. This is also untrue statement because when John went home, he did not climb up the waterfall again. So you have to fill this exercise on your books, and not only you have to write the meanings, you have to learn the meanings as well. Do this work neatly in your copies and books. Still, if you want to ask anything, you can ask in the comments. Thanks. Have a nice day.